Greetings, fellow adventurers! Today we are starting a new chapter here at Facts About Fauna and would enjoy your feedback on this new direction. Please let us know your thoughts in the comments. In the unfolding expanse of life's enigmas, there emerges a pivotal moment that fractures not only our world, but the very essence of our convictions. Behold, dear viewers, as we dive headfirst into a kaleidoscope of discovery and transformation that sets the stage for an epic, lifelong quest for truth, redemption, and the understanding of our planet's intricate ecosystems. Hello? Hi, Alec, can you hear me? Travis, is that you? Where are you? Ethiopia! More than okay. Listen, it's almost spring break and I've got a wild idea for an adventure. You up for it? I felt the weight of my bag and its papers holding me down. I needed an adventure. Anything to break the monotony and stress of this final year of uni. Not to count the heartbreak of losing Margaret. Even the thought of her name was a cold grip squeezing my heart. Always! Safari. Lions. Something different. It's not anything you can pay for. Once in a lifetime experience. Sign me up. Text me the dates. You won't regret it. I could feel my excitement color the grey walls around me with hints of the adventure to come. But little did I know that that phone call was about to change my life forever. Before I knew it, I was crammed into an economy seat on a 22-hour flight across the Atlantic. My imagination full of the stunning landscapes and striking images of the rare black-maned lions that inhabit the mountains of Ethiopia. And then, I was standing in a foggy, half-coherent state at the Abatena Desjemak Yilma International Airport, scanning the small crowd for Travis and his signature rugged military jacket. Alec, my man, welcome to Ethiopia! It's good to see you, Travis. Outside, the air was dusty and foreign, the midnight cut into patches by puddles of orange streetlights. Families greeting each other in happy tones, clusters of rickety taxis, and men reading papers under moth-hallowed lights. Travis's excited words spilled out as we drove through the night. As the caffeine slowly percolated through my blood, his words started to take shape in my sleep-deprived brain. I know, it's not a safari like we always wanted to do as kids, no lions, but it's a once-in-a-lifetime experience. The hyenas of Hara are legendary, and the hyena man is someone else entirely. Nowhere else on Earth can you get up close and personal with wild hyenas. I froze. Hyenas? Inside I was screaming to turn around, take me back to the airport and safety. I didn't fly to the other side of the earth to get up close to filthy, mindless, flea-infested killers. But there was no turning back. I pulled myself together. How bad could it be? I would just stay in the safety of the hotel, working on the final parts of my dissertation, and far away from any hyenas. Mind you, I'm not a coward, but hyenas were heartless beasts that deserve extermination. They were the lowest of the low. Look at that, mate. Hara. In the stillness of the moment, the sound of an eerie laughing echoed across the expanse of sparsely treed grassland. My stomach flipped in fear, and the hair on the back of my neck stood on end. Listen to them. That's why they're called giggly.
What are you doing? No one is going to watch this. It's YouTube, not book club. Well, stop trying to emulate Hemingway and go for Mr. Beast. OMG. Who is Mr. Beast? Forget it. Just remember we are here to monetize and sell merch and ads, not to create art, so get focused.
was like walking into a National Geographic. Its maze of ancient streets and cheerfully painted buildings, bustling with brightly dressed marketgoers, their headscarves turning them into flocks of beautifully feathered birds.
Ah, my friends, you're here to see our hyenas, am I right?
Absolutely. Harris hyenas are legendary.
But you, my young friend, you don't like the hyena. These are not the drooling idiot sidekicks in that American movie Lion King. No, no. These are the sacred guardians of the city. Listen here, my friends. Long ago, in the 13th century, the Saint Sheikh Abadir, peace be upon him, settled in our Hara town. He had a unique bond with the hyenas, he did. Treated 'em like sacred protectors. Folks say he fed 'em and taught us all about coexistence. His words stuck with us. And as time went on, we started feeding those hyenas ourselves, keeping the harmony and good fortune flowing in our city. It turned into a sacred tradition, passing from one generation to the next.
Don't you worry they'll drag you from your beds at night and kill your children as they walk home from school. Come on, mate. Don't tell me you're afraid of hyenas. No, just never liked them much.
No, no, my young friend. In other parts, the hyenas sometimes attack, but not here, in Hara.
Hours later, after a fitful rest, I grabbed my camera and headed down to the lobby. It was still early evening, and I had a few hours before Travis and I were supposed to meet. I wanted to find some good examples of sustainable architecture I could add to my final project. The streets were crowded, blocking any good shots, but as I wove my way towards the outer walls, I decided to try my luck at getting a few angles of the ancient stonework and arches. By then, the sun was casting its golden glow, and I felt myself fall into the trance of photography. I didn't notice I was moving further and further from the safety of the city, but then, without warning, the sun dipped below the horizon and was extinguished, leaving only smudges of orange across the western horizon. That's when I heard them. Their whines and yips were coming towards me fast. I froze in pure terror. They seemed to be coming from all directions. Like ghosts, they poured out of the tall grass and shrub-like trees and pounded directly towards me. I knew this was the end, and I closed my eyes ready for the pain. Margaret's beautiful face flashed across my mind. Her silly-looking zoo wellies with shorts. My mum and dad. "My friend, what are you doing out there? You are lost. Come, come. This is near the dump site. It is not anywhere good for travelers." Although it wasn't my day to die yet, the scrappy beasts were still standing no more than a meter away, their drooling mouths showing their filthy canines, like demon dogs. Now, you all off with you. Dinner is coming soon." "They're going to attack now. Quick, get behind me. I can beat them off with my camera." "No, they wouldn't eat you. They are here to clean up for us. Go, my friend. How can they come past with you standing in the way?" "They are cold-blooded killers. As soon as we move, they'll be on us." "You see, hyenas are remarkable scavengers. They are the cleanup crew of all of Africa, they are. When an animal passes on, be it from old age or a predator's feast, it is the hyenas that come in to tidy up. Oh, yes, they may not be the most glamorous creatures, but their work is oh so important. You see, if the remains of those animals were left to rot, it would bring disease and cause trouble for us all. But these clever hyenas, they don't let anything go to waste. They eat up those carcasses and keep the balance in check. Their keen noses and powerful jaws make sure nothing goes to waste, nothing at all. And let me tell you, they are smart as can be. They work together, in tight-knit clans they do, like a big family looking after each other. They are fierce protectors, you see, and won't let anyone mess with their territory they want. So you see, my friend, these hyenas, they may not be the kings of the jungle like the lions, but they are one of the most important helpers. Without them, our beautiful land wouldn't be the same. It wouldn't. We owe them respect and gratitude for the work they do.
That's enough. I will take it from here. Shoo, shoo, go scamper off, and make me a triple ristretto affogato vent, decaf. Okay, you've had your little climax, now wrap it up. Cut. It goes like this. Intro. Climax. End. Retention, retention, retention. Didn't you read the memo I sent you?
I realized she was pushing me as she spoke, and soon we were back to the main wall, where a small group of tourists were gathered, Travis among them. His look of concern melted into a sheepish grin when he saw me being escorted by what turned out to be a rather striking and no-nonsense kind of woman. My brother will be here soon, my friends, to take you out to the feeding. And you! Don't go wandering off again now. You could be eaten by a lion. Having a hard time untangling what had just happened, I found myself being pushed along with the group. It was hopeless to flee, and Travis's hushed but excited banter was a relief after my imagined near-death encounter. The hyena man stood with a bucket of meat. He tapped his side. Thud, thud, thud. The gruesome creatures come from the night like hellhounds into the puddle of light. I backed up behind the others. Okay, fine, maybe I was a coward, but I didn't care at that moment. I needed a solid shield of flesh. The hyena man took meat from the bucket and fed the beasts like pet dogs. Are they dogs? No. Hyenas are not dogs, and not cats. They're their own group, Hyenidae. There are 4 kinds in the Hyenidae family. The striped hyena, the giggly spotted hyena, the brown hyena, and the aardwolf. It's a hyena, not a wolf. Harshest hyena, here, are the spotted. Suddenly, he placed the stick with meat on the end in his mouth. I looked on with fear and revulsion as a hyena very carefully and with almost tender finesse took the morsel of meat from the stick. I was transfixed. Suddenly, Margaret's words from our first date materialized in my memory. There is no bad animal. There is no inherent evil that exists in the animal mind. They are all doing what they do and are a product of their environment. She would have been right there in the front, asking questions and taking photos. I could feel her hand in mine, our fingers intertwined. That's when I felt myself pushing through the small crowd to get a closer look. Ah, my friend, let me tell you about the cleverness of the hyenas and their tool-using ways. You see, these remarkable creatures, they don't just rely on their teeth and strength. Oh, no, they don't. They got a trick up their sleeve, they do. When it comes to getting the tasty bits, they know how to use tools. Picture this, my friend, picture it. You got a hard-to-reach treat, maybe a bone or something, hidden in a tight spot it is. The hyenas, they won't give up, oh no, they won't. They grab a stick or a bone and use it like a lever, pushing and pulling, and working together they are to get that precious morsel out. They don't fight over food like lions, not these smart ones. They work as a team. It's like a puzzle. It is. A clever puzzle they have to solve, and believe you me, they are good at it. But that ain't all, no sir. They got another trick up their sleeve. You see, they use bones to strengthen their jaws. Chewing on them tough bones, it helps keep their powerful bite in top shape. So, my friend, don't underestimate the hyenas. They may look rough and tough, but they got brains, and smarts to boot they do. With their tools and teamwork, They're showing us all that they are the masters of adaptation and surviving. I began to reassess the creatures more carefully. There seemed to be a clear hierarchy within the group, with one of the larger, stronger-looking males being the most dominant. Is that the leader of the pack? He looks the biggest. Yeah, mate, she's the leader of the clan, the queen. And when the time is right, she will pass this leadership down to one of her daughters. You see, in the world of the hyenas, it's all about family and order. They live in these tight-knit groups called clans. The leader of the pack, matriarch of the family, calls the shots. And the males? Do you see that one right there by her side? You got her trusty lieutenant, the alpha male. He's her right-hand man. Together, they run the show. You could tell the less dominant ones by the way they hold their tails between their legs and their mouths open. Do you see that one? The rest of the clan, they're not just any tag-along members, they have ranks and roles. You got the subordinates, they're like the soldiers, they follow orders from the alphas, and then you got the cubs, the little ones. They're the future of the clan. But here's the twist, man. It's not just about who's big and strong, it's about who's clever and cunning too. The smartest with the best wit, strategy, and ferocity make it to the top. So, in the world of the hyenas, it's all about respect and loyalty. This social order helps keep the clan strong and united. And with the alpha female at the helm, you can be sure those hyenas are a force to be reckoned with. They can take down large prey like lions. You know, 50% of the time when you see lions and hyenas eating on the same kill, that was a hyena kill. You won't hear this often, but they have a higher kill rate than lions. But they are all males. I mean, you can see their bits hanging down. Female hyenas have a unique pseudopenis, or penniform clitoris, that closely resembles a male's external genitalia. It can be as long as 7 inches, and is used for urination, copulation, and giving birth. You can imagine it's difficult for the males in this relationship. Despite its unusual appearance, female hyenas can give birth without complications, although the infant mortality rate is high for first births. And get this, there was an early misconception about these genitalia that led to beliefs that female hyenas were hermaphroditic, but later scientific studies clarified its nature. His words stirred a sort of curiosity in me, and a deep understanding of why Margaret was so fascinated by hyenas. That night, I lay awake for hours, not sure how to fully process everything that had happened. But as the tendrils of sleep crept around me, I could feel a new sense of peace and hope settling somewhere deep within me. Let's pull over here at this village. I want to get some shots of these huts. Great example of passive cooling. Passive cooling, huh? You're turning into quite the architectural enthusiast, Alec. Who'd have thought we'd be hunting for design inspiration in the middle of nowhere with a bunch of goats as our audience? Well, you know me, always on the lookout for the coolest ideas, even in the hottest of places. These mud huts might just inspire the next big architectural trend, and we'll be the trendsetters. Move over, skyscrapers, it's time for mud scrapers. But, you know, Travis, these villagers must lose a lot of livestock living this close to Babil. You have a point there. But there are a lot of things that can be done to protect livestock and mitigate conflicts with hyenas or lions, for that matter. Do you see those sturdy enclosures for the goats? That's going to really help. And forget needing a dog when you have a guard donkey. Come on, mate, what could a donkey do to a large predator, let alone a clan or a pride? It's no joke. Donkeys are known for their protective instincts and loud braying, which can scare off predators like hyenas. When integrated into a livestock guardian program, donkeys can serve as an additional layer of defense, helping to reduce the risk of predation and protect the safety of the other livestock. Their presence can signal to hyenas that the area is not easy prey, making them less likely to target the livestock. But it's not just safe to keep the houses so close to the livestock, it's essential to reduce human-animal conflict by keeping them a good distance apart. Education, compensation for losses, and research on hyena behavior contribute to fostering coexistence while safeguarding livelihoods. The sun was dipping into the thinly stretched sky, and our time was running out. So we backtracked to the main road, finding the way to the airport and back to our lives. As I squeezed into the aeroplane seat and looked out at the Ethiopian landscape, I realised my internal landscape had been changed forever. Instead of hate and fear, Margaret's last words that used to fill me with rage had found fertile ground in my heart. Promise you won't let anyone hurt her. It wasn't her fault. She was just doing what hyenas do. Hey everybody, really glad to see you made it this far. We are so excited to hear your feedback and any suggestions you might have regarding this new direction for the channel, so please do let us know in the comments down below. Thanks for watching.